Well, welcome to the 700 Club. Let's go over to the CBN newsroom for today's top stories.
Thanks, Gordon. President Joe Biden is rejecting calls to drop out of the race for president. While Democrats are divided over his poor debate performance, party leaders are coming to his defense. Dale Hurd has the story.
President Biden's tired and confused appearance at the presidential debate has some in the media and the party calling for him to get out of the race. Both the New York Times and Atlanta Journal-Constitution have called for him to step aside, as have some major party donors. Democrats are now worried Biden could cost them the Senate and keep them from flipping the House. Democrat Congressman Jamie Raskin said there are different opinions about the path forward.
There are very honest and serious and rigorous conversations taking place at every level of our party because it is a political party and we have differences of point of view.
Politico reports members of Biden's family are urging him to stay in the race and privately calling for his top advisors to be fired for the president's poor performance, saying he was not properly prepared. Democrat Senator Chris Coons, a Biden ally, brushed off the president's performance, saying Biden still has the support of many in the Democratic Party.
He had a scratchy, rough voice. He answered a few questions in ways that were not the most forceful. But I think side by side, Donald Trump had a horrifying debate performance where, yes, he spoke plainly, but what he said was lie after lie after lie.
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi believes Democrats will still retake the House with Biden on the ticket.
Let us not make a judgment about a presidency on one debate. I don't think it's a problem. It's a bad night.
But a new CBS YouGov poll shows 72% of voters say Biden does not have the mental and cognitive health to serve as president. Even the former White House photographer weighed in, posting on Instagram, "It's time for Joe to go," and telling Axios the debate was not the first bad day and it's not going to be the last. Democratic strategists admit there is no way to change the party's nominee unless Biden himself steps aside. The Biden campaign says that would lead to chaos. Trump supporters offered their opinions to CBN News at a rally in Virginia Friday.
I think at this point it's kind of a lost cause.
I think we started to see really how badly Joe's in decline, which is sad.
Today, the Trump campaign is expecting a Supreme Court ruling on his claim to presidential immunity, which could shield him from criminal prosecution. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Americans are not the only ones alarmed by President Biden's performance. U.S. allies, especially Israel, are also concerned about the leader of the free world's abilities. Chris Mitchell reports now from Jerusalem.
Israelis worry evil actors on the world stage might take advantage of America, being led by the appearance of a weakened commander-in-chief. As one Israeli columnist put it, in a world rife with aggressive forces, the unflattering image of an American president, the leader of the free world, appearing weak and incoherent, encourages them to exploit opportunities. Another columnist added, "Weakness is not a trait that an American president can convey by any means." Wyoming Republican Senator John Barrasso expressed similar worries.
It's what foreign leaders, our enemies, saw in that debate in China, Russia, Iran, North Korea. Right now, are they thinking this is our moment of opportunity?
Those concerns are especially crucial to the Jewish state as it sits on the brink of war with Iranian-backed Hezbollah terrorists in Lebanon. Israel's defense minister told troops in northern Israel this weekend the nation is readying for either war or peace. But as Israel is facing war with Hezbollah and its more than 150,000 missiles, the chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee says the Biden administration is withholding key weapons it needs to defend itself.
The fact is, we're not helping them. In fact, this is what is most disturbing to me, is that we're withholding weapon systems that I have signed off on and Congress has appropriated with the intent of sending those weapons to Israel. Remember the supplemental? Mm-hmm. They are effectively withholding 7 weapon systems. I can't get into the details.
In Gaza, Hamas still holds more hostages. One of those 4 Israeli hostages recently rescued is reminding the nation of their plight.
I want to take this opportunity to remind everyone that there are still 120 hostages in Hamas captivity. Among them is Avinatan Or, my partner, from whom I was separated at the moment of abduction. Although I'm home now, we can't forget about the hostages who are still in Hamas captivity, and we must do everything possible to bring them back home.
Israel's prime minister says Israel is ready to make a deal, but Hamas won't agree.
And today, everyone knows the simple truth. Hamas is the only obstacle to the release of our hostages.
Hamas continues to reject any deal that doesn't include an end to the war and removal of all Israeli troops from Gaza, which Israel cannot abide. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Several U.S. military bases in Europe are on a heightened state of alert today. U.S. European Command issued the directive Sunday for at least 2 bases in Germany and others in Italy. They're at Condition Charlie, the second highest threat level. The Army says that is applied when there's an incident or intelligence indicating likely terrorist action or targeting of military facilities or personnel. Here in the U.S., there's a lot of talk about a growing mental health crisis. Some health experts say we can eat to help us feel better. Medical reporter Lori Johnson shows us the foods that can lift depression and anxiety.
Experts say what we put into our body profoundly influences the way we think and feel. That's largely because of the vagus nerve that links our brain to our intestines.
These two organ systems start from the exact same cells in the human embryo. And so they are, inextricably connected throughout our lives.
Research shows mood can be improved by increasing good bacteria in the gut. Scientists recently discovered these tiny organisms play a major role in the complex system of neurotransmitters and hormones that influence the way we think and feel.
Sugar is the enemy of brain health. Sugar is pro-inflammatory, and inflammation is clearly associated with depression.
Psychiatrist Daniel Amen recommends putting down the junk food and embracing fruits and vegetables, whole grains, as well as healthy fats, which he says can lead to greater happiness and focus.
Brain and mental health, just like spiritual health, is a daily practice.
Doctors Amen and Naidu join a growing number of mental health practitioners prescribing healthy diets to their patients.
The way that we eat is not just about our weight or our waistline, but it's also about our mental well-being.
Dr. Naidu says her patients currently taking prescription medication benefit even more when they add healthy foods to their existing routine.
I would never suggest, eliminating or removing one form of treatment, because as a psychiatrist, I've seen that those can be very valuable and, in fact, life-saving to some individuals. So this is meant to really be an additional tool in your toolkit.
For others, the natural approach is enough.
Do you see people who are depressed and have anxiety and they start eating healthy and they feel so much better just from their diet alone?
I see it all the time. I will get calls and emails coming back to me saying, I'm feeling calmer, I am sleeping better. But people notice the difference, and often it's starting with that one habit that they need to adjust.
Doctors say in general, a healthy diet can help improve nearly all mental health issues. Adding a more refined eating plan can be tailored to specific conditions. Lori Johnson, CBN News.